go. Things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Everywhere I could have ended up just like that broken road, with a dead end in my path. Thank the Lord that I've got more than that. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I won't forget the blessings that I don't deserve.
It's time to go to the race.
One street over there's a life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold. Things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today.
Oh, good morning. I'm going to go ahead and interrupt our Ridge Top Ramblers. We're a little bit late coming in this morning. We're trying to fix... Good morning, y'all. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn LaVern. This is one street over, and a lot of you know that we use social media to share this broadcast a lot. And so we're just having some issues with the audio line going into our social media feeds. And so we're doing the best we can to try to fix it. And I've come in here last few mornings trying to troubleshoot it. And you can kindly only try to fix it once you go on. So it's just, we're still just kind of getting room noise in here. And you can hear us on my social media page. And we've been sharing everything coming up with what we would have on WSGI social media page. But that one's not working this morning, so one of them days. But that's okay. That's okay. We're here, and remember, guys, this is a public broadcast facility. You can listen to us. Come on in here, Nicole. You can listen to us terrestrially on 1100 WSGI. So just tune us in, and that way you can hear us. But you can also catch us. We're nice and loud, so you can hear us on social media, even though that line's not working. But you can hear us just through our phone feed. But we're going to try to see if we can get the WSGI one on as well. But Nicole has just walked in. Thank you, darling. And Lee Marie reached out to me yesterday, and she said, we would have Nicole Turnbow on. And I said, I know her. Yeah, it's been how many years has it been since you came in? Okay, let me turn. It might help if I turn your mic up, sweet girl. Pull that microphone right to you there, baby.
It's been about 3 years.
Well, and it's one of those things. When you lost your sweet son, you just had my heart. I think about you a lot. And offer a prayer up because I know I can't even imagine. I can't even fathom what you've been through. And I've got some friends that are nurses with pediatric cancer, young kid cancer up in Vanderbilt, and just the heart, that just the heartbreak. I have a prayer list. I talk about making prayer requests and making prayer lists and all this kind of thing for different ones. And I have a list of kids that I go through, and and I lift up, and ones that I've seen. Some of them I don't have any idea who they are. Vivian, Olivia, and Liam.
Yes, I know
who those are.
I do know who a lot of those are.
Yeah, and those are on my list right now. And God bless you. How are you doing? I'm going to continue to kind of tinker with some stuff, but fill us in. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm busy. My daughter's getting ready to graduate her associates from Ball State.
Oh my God.
Moving to Cookeville to go to Tech in January, and I'm working full time as a hygienist still.
Okay.
I recently got my real estate license this year.
Oh my goodness.
Add to that list of already things to do on top of the foundation I do.
Wow, and tell them a little bit about your foundation. Let's go right to that too, in case people are wondering what all this is about. Talk to them about what you do in memory of your son.
Yes, I started this, the nonprofit 501c3 Braxton Strong Foundation, the summer after, a couple months after he passed away in 2019. And it was just a way for me to keep his legacy alive and to give back in his honor to children and elderly is mostly what I focus on, and other kids, other cancer families. I try to do things around here. I hadn't done a whole lot this year. It's just been a tough year for everybody in general. I think financially, because
it's been so expensive. And I remember that we had gotten some stuff together for you, and I know Lee Marie helped you get some stuff out to some of the nursing homes, things like that. So that was kind of one of your objectives too.
Yes, we're doing the nursing home thing. We didn't get to do that this year either. I did try, and usually I sponsor several children from DCS through foster children, and for Christmas, and we do Thanksgiving things and Easter, just during the holidays, most of the high points. Right now I'm collecting coats and winter clothes, accessories, and things to give to nurses at schools for children that are in need at the school that they're noticing.
Yeah. Well, I think that's wonderful. And if somebody... I have so many questions. Okay. So you were talking about how that you've started real estate. Who are you working with?
Century 21 Premier out of Phillipsville.
Okay. So there you go. Talk to her about that if you have an interest in that. And then also, too, now as far as the coats and stuff, if that's somebody's interested in that they want to do something in honor of Braxton, how can they get in touch with you to do that?
Tommy Stratton, also, he lives in Greenbrier. He's been helping me collect some too.
Okay.
I've gotten them, got a collection going. They're hanging up in my garage at home. Reached out to a couple of the nurses at the local elementary schools, and I've got to call some more today, actually.
I love it.
Just trying to get them, because, teachers, they know firsthand, and they see firsthand which kids are needing gloves or coats or scarves or shoes or socks or any of that stuff, any of their needs that they need. I told them just to reach out to me and I'll go get it. And anonymous, they don't need, nobody needs to be called out on it or anything like that. And,
I'm a teacher now.
oh, are you?
I'm a full-time teacher, yeah.
Bless your heart.
So that's what I do. And I mean, my husband and I both are in the classroom. Now, we're with high school kids. And
yes, and they need things too. It's a little trickier because they're a little bit more humble. They don't want to
be embarrassed.
No.
They don't want to be, they want you to just be very subtle about it.
Yes.
But they recognize that there's help out there, and and some of them. I mean, we have students that we know that God bless them, they're having to be the adult in their home.
Yes.
It's just unbelievable.
Having to grow up way too young.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's just there's so many things that I think this is such a good visit to have you right now, because something that Lee Marie mentioned is that you really want to kind of set the note for people about how to cope if this is your first holiday without your loved ones and things like that. And and she mentioned that, so I want to talk about that and just kind of touch on that. But in the same sense, just to see how good you're doing too. I mean, because it just, I don't know. What do you want to tell people? What would you want to tell people in this? This is a hard topic.
It is. It's a very hard topic. I've had last year, St. Jude asked me to speak at an event, the Walk Runner event in Nashville. Wow. That was tough.
I bet.
That's like, y'all want me to, first of all, countries all can be,
You're wonderful.
I thought, Lordy, they want me to speak in front of all these people in Nashville. Of course, I get up there and start crying. But and it's tough, to talk about your child, and especially when you talk about them in a past tense. And the holidays are tough.
Yeah, they're still tough. Of course they are. And that's one of the things that I talked to my mom, because my dad passed very suddenly, unexpectedly, with an aneurysm. He was only 73. So, but in just anybody that suffered a loss, and with children, I just can't even fathom. But anybody that suffered a loss will tell you just get used to it.
You learn to just live with it. You can, you don't ever get over it. You never move on, but you just kind of learn to live with it and around it. And it just becomes a part of who you are and your life. And you still have so much love to give. And that's what's hurting, I think, is that you don't have that child or that person to give that love to. So that's kind of my outlet, is that I give that to other people. Mm-hmm. And that's how I get through it.
Well, and I'll tell you, there's something that I have a friend of mine that has lost 2 children. And when she lost her first child, I can remember going to the memorial. And he was just a little one. Just a little one. And then she lost a teenager. But yeah.
I can't imagine. That's one of my fears, is losing my other child.
No, just pray over it. Just give it to God. You just have to give it to God. She's one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. And she, when she lost her little one, he wasn't even a year old. Oh. And I remember, because I had one the same age, and I was just like, how your friends around you are broken, because I see you hurting so bad. And we went to the memorial, and I was like, how are you even standing upright? And she shared with me something her pastor shared, and I have shared it so many times over the years when people in grief. And it's her pastor said to her, he says, we talk about the river of life. Right?
Yes.
We talk about the river of life. And he goes, if you'll think about it in those terms, that river's flowing, and constantly throughout your life, little things are going to fall into it and cause ripples, just little things. And it's just part of life. But he says every now and then, unfortunately, those boulders will fall. That will fall in, that just absolutely devastate the flow of the water. And you think that it's going to stop. You think it's not going to, but you know what I'm saying?
Everything keeps going around you still, but you're kind of stuck.
But you're just kind of stuck there. And he says, It's never going to move. It's never going to not be there, but the edges will smooth. The edge will smooth, and the water will keep flowing. And I thought, man, that's a beautiful illustration for about extraordinary grief.
Yeah.
Because I don't see, I mean, it's people who say, well, are you over it? No.
I know. And people will say, well, just move on, or at least this, or at least that. And I'm like, oh, no, you can't. You just can't.
And again, I can't imagine because I haven't had to deal with such a thing. Yeah. And so, I had my dad die very suddenly, but he was in his 70s.
It's the right order of operation.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly. It was earlier we wanted to lose him, but how old was Braxton?
He was 8 years old. He had just turned 8 in February.
Yeah, and that's when I pray over these kids. I think about.
I actually lost a brother when I was 10. He was 7. My brother died in a car accident, and so my dad had been.
So you've been through that.
And so it's kind of, but we didn't live together, but it was still hard, So, it was losing a sibling and seeing my parents go through that.
Yeah. So you've had this experience in your life before.
To an extent, yes.
Yeah.
But it's still so different when you're a child, and I don't think it matters what age you ever are. Like even if you're 70 and your 50-year-old child dies before you, it's just not right, And it's hard, I think, on any parent. But you said you just keep going. I've seen my dad just keep going, and that's the only times I've ever seen him tear up is like Braxton or talking about my brother Brandon or, that's about the only times I've ever really seen him toughen up. He's a tough old country guy, so
yeah.
It's a tough thing. You just focus on other things and bring them into your life in little ways as much as you can. There's so many times I run into a patient at work that has lost a child or something too, and they're just like, oh, God brought me here today to be with you. I just know it, or, they put me in the spot today, and it'll be like a counseling session while I'm cleaning teeth, we're both start crying, and it gets funny, but, it's nice to know that there's other people out there that do understand, and there's still nothing I can say or anybody else can say when you do lose somebody. It's just, and I've been through it, and I still don't even know what to say other than I'm sorry, I'm here for you, because there's no way to fix it.
No, no, that's the thing. And I think that's the thing that I think people need to remember when you're going through. We have a friend right now that's husband, I don't know if he was even 50, died in his sleep. It's just, got like 10, 11 kids. I mean, they're just.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, it's somebody that I knew years ago. And like I said, I think they have 11 kids.
Oh, my goodness. Bless her.
Yeah. And so, but it's just that, just all of a sudden they're just gone.
Yeah.
And when I heard my friend's husband had passed, I thought maybe a car accident or something, but,
right?
And so you just take one day at a time.
Yes.
You take 1 minute at a time, 1 second at a time, one breath at a time, and just keep moving forward, and that's all you can do. And but this is the time of year I think about. I talk about my prayer list and stuff, and I have people who I've been praying for a while that I know are still caught up in grief. And it's been years that I still lift them. Like I said, you come to my mind a lot. You really do. Because y'all really just touched my heart so much, because how you took that grief and poured it into Braxton Strong.
Yes. And that, I just want to love other people, and love on other people, and know that if just because you go through something horrible, it doesn't mean that it has to change who you are. And you've, use it for better, use it for good. And I believe that's what Braxton's purpose was.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
And, we're talking with Nicole Turnbow, and she is the founder of Braxton Strong in memory of her son, Braxton, who passed away of cancer at just 8 years old. I wasn't sure how old he was.
Yeah.
And, I just, how old was he when you got diagnosed?
He was diagnosed in January of 2018, so he was right before he turned 7.
Okay, so it was pretty quick.
So a year and a half, yeah. We went through a year of treatment at St. Jude, and amazing place. I still do fundraising for them of course I donate every month, but I do fundraising every September for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And we did a year. Me and him lived in Memphis pretty much all of 2018, and community came together to help make sure that my daughter was taken care of. She stayed with the Jones, like Tracy and Ray Jones. She stayed with them, and
You just do what you can.
You do.
That's all
The
you
community,
can do.
thank goodness they were there, though. I mean, I would have lost my home and stuff, but I was just like, I'm not leaving my child,
No.
So I was like, well, I'll figure it out. Just give it to God. That's all you can do, It's just, that was my focus, was to be with him and take care of him, and everything else would just work out. And it did,
Yeah.
So.
And again, so how can we get, I was trying to Google exactly where's the best place to be a part of what you're doing, to stay in touch with you, to follow you. How can we stay in touch with all that? Because there's some Braxton Strong Peru person. So if you Google that, you're not good. You know what I mean? Yeah. So apparently that's his name. So tell us how to find you specifically. And I'm going to pull it up here on social media.
Currently I just have a Facebook page, the Braxton Strong Foundation.
Okay. So Braxton Strong Foundation. If you put that in there, don't just put Braxton Strong. You're going to get some kind of rugby player.
Yeah, and Braxton Strong is one word. I have it connected together because his name's Braxton Fuqua.
But it's Braxton.
Yes, ma'am.
Braxton Strong Foundation is what we're looking for.
Yes.
And on social media. Okay. So we're looking.
And it is a 501c3. You've got, and everything. If so, any donations or anything like that is always 100% tax deductible too. So
very good. And it's been around, like you said, you started this foundation when?
2019, in June.
2019, right after he passed. And I see that you've got the winter clothing drive on there, so you can go in there and click on that. And that's the way that you can contact her and find out all that's going on with what they're doing with Braxton Strong, just to keep his sweet memory alive. What a sweet child, beautiful child. And I know you miss him, but he's in your cloud of witnesses.
Yes.
That's the thing.
He's carrying on.
Yeah, exactly. And
I do have T-shirts, if you do donations or anything, if you want a shirt, I've got shirts and bracelets and things like that I keep.
Her little yellow bracelet, she's got her yellow bracelet on. So
even one of his good friends, Patrick Wisdom, he plays for the Cubs. He's the third baseman on Cubs, and he always has a bracelet on during the games. And he wears, and I think that's so cool because Braxton's dream was to play baseball in the MLB.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's there.
There you go. He's there. He's there with him. Bless your sweetheart. Oh my goodness. Guys, if you're, that's the reason why we wanted Nicole to come in, is just to encourage those of you who are facing the holidays for the first time. Or maybe not it's the first time. Maybe it's the 15th time.
Yeah.
And you're still just trying to get through it.
Just think of a way to carry their legacy on, and keep their memory alive. And that's probably the most healing way to do it. Because, you don't want to just, I couldn't just shut them out and just move on and forget about it. Because then you're suppressing it and it's never going to get better. So it's just.
I have some friends that they lost a grandson. Well, a grandson and a son. I'm friends with the parents as well as the grandparents. And it's been over a year, just over a year. So they've already faced the first Christmas and all of that because it was in the fall. And the one thing that she told us that she was advised, and she says that has probably been the best thing, is that you don't not talk about them.
That's right.
So when they would come around their holiday table last year, and when you've got an empty seat, she said we would tell stories and we would laugh like they're still there, because they are.
Yes.
They're a part of you.
And of course, you're going to cry, and it's okay to cry. Yeah. And people are afraid to bring them up a lot of times. Your friends or family, if somebody that's, if somebody that's lost their child or their sibling or their spouse or whatever, people are always afraid to bring that person up because they don't want to make you cry. It's not that you're making us sad. It's just, it's a showing our love. I mean, we love them. We miss them, of course, but we love to hear their names. We love to, we want to talk about them. We want to hear them. I want to hear stories or memories that you have with them, because, we don't want them forgotten, But so don't worry about making people cry if you want to bring them up.
Yeah, they may, but they're going to,
they'll tell you if they don't want to talk about it. They will.
Well, and there's several, I have another friend who lost a grandson, and I think of her a lot, and I need to reach out to her and just let her know I haven't forgotten him. I think that's probably like what you said.
We don't want them forgotten. That's our biggest thing, is because they were here, they were real.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're more real now than ever.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I think that would be the place of peace that you'd have to go to too. Is this people of faith going, oh my goodness, what are you doing? What are you experiencing?
Kind of live for them.
Yeah, for sure. And you're doing it beautifully. You've been such a beautiful example for people to see. This is how you do it. There's a lady preacher, and I can't think of her name right now, but she tells a story that she had a friend of hers that had been through some extraordinary tragedy. They had some kind of an accident where a bunch of family members were killed. And she was around her, kind of like the same situation with my friend, where I was just like, how are you standing upright? And she looked at her and she's, how are you doing this? And she says, well, the good Lord will never allow you to go through anything that you can't handle. And she goes, I just wish you didn't think so much of me.
I know. So I said, I wish you thought my shoulders weren't so big because I just don't know. Sometimes.
She said about this woman, she said to her, well, I think he's just having you show the rest of us how it's done.
Yeah.
And so.
Just how faith can carry you through, you know.
And so that's, if yes, she would wish and you would wish that he didn't, think your shoulders are so big, but he's using you to be a shining example of this is how you do it.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. And I've always said, I think that's part of the reasons, because people are like, well, why would that happen to a child? Why does God allow this to happen? And I'm like, I don't think that he necessarily, wants it to happen, or he don't purposely make it happen or anything like that.
That's the broken world, guys. That's the fallen world.
We all have a purpose, and children, when they go through something like that, it is more traumatic and more touching than it is when it involves, adults or anything. Yeah. Sadly, it just does. And I feel like it impacts people more, and maybe that was his purpose, is to bring more people to God,
Absolutely.
So
for sure.
It does touch people more. And if I can continue to show how Braxton's faith was so strong and how his loving heart and how he was, and he can make it through that, and how his strength there and all that time, then if he can do it, I can do it, anybody can do it.
There you go. For sure. You're just beautiful, and I love you so much, and I know you will continue to come to mind, and I'll lift you up, and just for your comfort and your strength, because I can't imagine.
Oh, there's days,
and
you'll have your down days. You're going to cry and not want to talk to anybody, or weeks. It could be days or weeks, and that you just don't want to deal with anything or talk to anybody, and that's fine. Get through your little ground time, and then lift your head up and come back out and keep shining.
I love it. You're shining beautifully. And like I said, you're showing the rest of us how it's done.
Thank you.
And you're being a beautiful example. So be a part of what she's doing to keep Braxton's memory alive. Braxton Strong Foundation. Braxton Strong Foundation on Facebook. And as soon as you pull that up, you're going to see the winter clothing drive. And I love how you're doing it through the schools, because so many of us teachers, we see it. We see it every day.
So teachers, please reach out to me. Yeah. Nicole Turnbow, again, if you need to message me on my personal page or through the foundation page, whichever, or my phone number. Do
you want to give your phone number?
You can.
Okay.
615-351-1341. And you can just let me know if you have a need. I don't need to know names or anything like that, just like size and what they're needing, and I can go get it, and I'll drop it off for you, and that's it.
Give that number again one more time for
615-351-1341.
And you can go to Braxton Strong Foundation on social media, Nicole Turnbow, exactly as you would expect it to be spelled.
Turnbow.
Yeah, there you go. And find out all that she's doing. And if you're in need of some help in the real estate community, there you go, right?
Yeah, eventually, I'd like to get...
So you're not ready to work yet as far as real estate, or you got your license?
I've got my license. I've done some stuff with it already. And long-term goal, initially when I got it, I thought, it'll be maybe good for retirement and several years down the road. But one of my main things I thought would be really cool is one day to be able to, because I want to do investing and stuff. And I thought, that would be really cool to be able to give a home away to a cancer family or something.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Kind of partner with Habitat or something like that.
Yes, or even just to be able to get to the point where I can financially do it myself, and get donors and helpers, obviously sponsors,
God
but
bless you. That's amazing.
It'd be so cool it'd be to do that in Braxton's name, to a family in need.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
I
love you, sister.
A big goal. So
I'm so thankful to get to see you again.
And it's too.
We need to make this a yearly thing.
Yes.
Approaching the holidays, that we just check in, and anytime you want to come on, I know Lee Marie reached out to you, and I may have reach out to me if you don't have my phone number, find it.
Okay.
And I'll just, you can call me, guys. Y'all can text me 615-594-7736 615-594-7736. So go and listen to this, and get that, and text me to make sure I have your contact info.
Okay.
And we just got to make this an annual thing, because like you said, got to keep Braxton Braxton's Memory Alive, Braxton Strong Foundation.
Thank you so much.
You're beautiful.
Thank
Love
you.
you.
Bye.
Be praying for you. Oh, and what dentist office do you work out of?
I work at Dr. Givens and Dr. Brett. It's Horizon Dental Partners in White House.
Okay.
We're up beside the post office. Actually adding on right now,
so go and see her, and she'll clean your teeth.
That's right. I'll take care of your dental needs, real estate, and
there you go. You just the whole package.
I stayed busy.
I love it. That's wonderful. So good to see you, Nicole. God bless you.
You too.
Thank you for coming by. I know I saw Brian Pulley come walking in here, so you can
ready.
Go ahead, and I'll go ahead and do a break while we make the switch. And if you're wondering about the sound, we're just getting the room sound on my social media page right now. We've been sharing the one from WSGI. For some reason, it's not working today. So we'll just say you can also go to YouTube, guys. Come on in and sit down. There's a YouTube feed that you can pick up for WSGI, and you can listen to us terrestrially. So just all kinds of ways to get it. And we're still trying to figure out, we don't know why the phone line's not working going into my phone like it's been working forever, but somebody broke it over Thanksgiving. And but I need to go ahead and talk about one of my sponsor, still really kind of a relatively new sponsor. We're talking about Katie. Katie Did It. Katie Did It Design. I just love Katie and Perry. Now, we talked about Perry on Tuesday about all the things that he does in music. But today we want to talk about his bride, Miss Katie. And what's really funny is Dr. Causey, we were talking about Perry and the things he does with Mr. Perry's music. You can see him right there on the main drag. And I guess Dr. Causey's son was in one of the bands with the music. And then he started talking about Katie coming in and redoing his whole house. And I had no idea she even did that. And it's a really cool story. I'll turn y'all's mics up. I don't know if y'all know Katie or not. Katie,
I do. You used to go to church with them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, Perry was the worship leader, and Katie sang a lot. She has an amazing voice.
Oh, yeah.
By the way. She's a beautiful voice. And just really, really sweet people. And then their kids used to, I don't know if they still do because I haven't seen them go to Coopertown as well. So I would see them in the line sometimes. But they were at the Grove when we first moved back here. We went to church with them for a while. So
we love to say that it's Katy Perry, Katie and Perry. It's like that little connection. So it kind of helps you. But it's so funny because I had them in when they first started advertising a couple of weeks ago. And she was talking about how that, you have that entrepreneurial spirit. Mm-hmm. And she was just like, okay, this is something I want to do eventually. And then just all of a sudden it was time. And she just jumped in with both feet and she's doing amazing. Mm-hmm. And they kind of concentrate. Perry will even be out with her in the mornings a lot of times doing some of these redos and then be in the music store then in the evening or in the afternoon and evening doing the lessons and things. But I mean, whatever it is you have going on, if you have a full remodel, she was telling me, you can go to Katie Did It Designs, Katie Did It Design on Facebook and kind of just look through some of the pictures, befores and afters, and just see the differences. Oh my gosh, it's just such a change. And she's real good about coming in and using what you already have and making it new. And so that's something that's super cool too that Katie does. But Katie, and she also has a webpage, www.katiediditdesigns.com. If you want to get some help with Christmas decorating, she can do that. Have her come out. And she says, most projects can be completed within 10 days. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't want, well, I mean, yeah, she's going to tell you exactly what she has going on and how quickly it can go. She'll have a free consultation for you. She does interior design for any budget, any project size. She can even come in and do a DIY. Say, okay, here's what you need to do, give you the whole package. Mm-hmm. You can do those kinds of package. You can give the gift of a freshly designed space for Christmas. Everything you need, guys. Katie Did It Designs on Facebook or katiediditdesigns.com. One of our new sponsors here at One Street Over. So show her some love and tell her U-Turn sent you. And you can go get some music lessons from Mr. Perry.
Really good folks, too.
They are.
They're really good people. So.
And love working with them and love working with y'all. How are you doing?
Fantastic.
Sorry for all the little technical things in here. We have to talk loud so they can hear us on our social media. But I don't know. We don't know what's going on. It's just something wonky. Every now and then. So many different people in here. Things get moved around,
It happens.
Anyway.
It happens.
All right.
Technology.
So what are y'all doing and how are you doing and what's going on? Wake up, Tiff.
Oh, I'm awake. I got so much on the
Okay.
the shoulders. But yeah, no, we're good. We got it's a wonderful time of the year. I had somebody interviewing for an internship position yesterday in the office, and we somehow got our times mixed up. So I had planned to go in and kind of straighten up a little bit before he came in, and that didn't happen. And I was just like, well, welcome to the workshop. Because we've got a Laundry Love linen drive going on. So we've got a lot of people dropping off linen. So new or gently used linens that maybe you're, going through some cupboards this time of year, making some room, hiding some presents behind stuff. I don't know. But if you have linens that you are wanting to replace or refresh, please bring those to our office at 100 Fifth Avenue in Springfield. We, on our Laundry Love Day, which is the third Friday of every month, and it's an early one this month, it's the 15th. So it's going to be early in the month. In December, we bring all these donated items, and anybody who uses Laundry Love service that wants to upgrade, they kind of go through the pile of stuff. So we got some brand new stuff, some stuff that's been lightly used, and they upgrade their towels, their sheets, their bedding, and so we would love for you to bring that by,
and so that way it can be passed on, because it's a lot of people will do that. They'll just change color. I'm like, oh, I'm tired of that, and they'll change it out. And it's still good stuff, and you got people that want it and need it, and this is just a good opportunity just to bring that renewal for them.
I had a friend who was cleaning out her front closet the other day and texted me, hey, I've got a bunch of blankets. Apparently, I'm a blanket hoarder. I had no idea. Like, do you know where I could drop those off? I'm like, yes, right here. And and then Miss Sherry Martell at the United Ministries Food Bank, I was talking to her about it, and she's like, oh, we have a quilting ministry at our church. She's like, I got a couple quilts in the car to donate. I'll go grab them. And so they're brand new quilts. They're going to make somebody extremely happy that somebody else has sewn up and put a lot of love and beauty into. And so those are the treasures that when you're not even really making it paycheck to paycheck, you don't have the luxury to go out and buy new towels, go out and buy new sheets. And we all know what brand new sheets feel like. It's like the best feeling ever when you get to crawl into a bed with brand new sheets. And so anyway, so that's one of the things that we're doing right now.
And Laundry Love happens when?
It's the third Friday of every month. So this month in December will be the 15th.
Okay.
So again, that's early, because when you think the third month, you think a little bit later. So, because the 1st of December tomorrow is a Friday, so it's early in the month, and so I only have like 2 more weeks for you to bring stuff by. If they could be to my office by the 14th, that day before, just so that we can pile them into my service sleigh. That's what we call my big van. I have a 12-passenger van.
You call it the what?
The service sleigh.
The service sleigh. I love it.
Especially this time of year.
Sleigh.
So
That's great.
We got that going. So we'll pile them in on the day before and take them down to Laundry Love at Sisters Coin Laundry the third Friday. And if you can help, that'd be fantastic. We always need hands to help with the loads, get them in, get them out, and help people get on their way and make sure we don't get laundry mixed up. That is our biggest challenge. So
yeah, I was there. I was just there for a few minutes. I had a moment to stop by and kind of saw how y'all have the system down, and it's a good system. But does it sometimes maybe get a little, it
gets a little crazy, and especially when you have brand new volunteers. I've gotten a lot better at training them. We had a girl, Reagan. Sorry, I have another friend named Reagan. She's a homeschool girl, and she trained me on how to do Laundry Love, and she was a really good trainer. Well, she decided to go to Davidson Academy this year. So I've gotten better at training. So that first thing I say is the number is the most important thing. So we put a number on everybody's laundry bag, put it on the washer, put it on the dryer, put it on the laundry bag when we're done. And if that number gets lost or if that number gets forgotten, we have no idea, because we've never seen the laundry before.
Yeah.
So we don't know who's who's.
Well, and I'll tell you, for just a few minutes that I was there, that was something that was stressed to me very clearly. The number.
The number.
You put it everywhere. You put it, because you think, okay, which one did I put, which washing machine did I put that in?
Right.
Yeah.
It gets confusing when you're doing that much. I would love to know the amount of pounds we do. I mean, we do close to 1,000 loads of laundry every single
even imagine
month. And so, but I wonder how much pounds that is lifted, because I know all my volunteers, if you want a good workout, and get some volunteer hours at the same time, come, because I know there have been days where I've been like, all right, we're working from the couch the rest of the day,
I'm beat.
Yeah,
it was a lot. And I think you will probably have a lot of folks in there, because People are trying to do things for the holidays. Christmas will be coming up, and they want things fresh. You want things, you want that. That's one thing. When you think about trying to decide between, what you're going to spend money on or doing your laundry, I mean, we're so spoiled. Ones of us who have it in our house and we just go and throw a load in. I wash my clothes constantly. I'm just one of those. I like my clothes fresh, and so I overwash mine. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
And I have that luxury to do that, and I just can't imagine. I can't imagine somebody that just doesn't have the ability to have that opportunity, and it's so expensive. Good heavens, those big washing machines are $10, right?
$10.50 now.
$10.50. I couldn't remember.
I thought they were $10.25, but last month I double checked. It's $10.50.
Yeah. So you've got throw some love to Laundry Love. Bring in your linens. Gently use linens if you're turning, and you can go just buy stuff and give them too. That they can gift. You can absolutely do that.
Towels as well.
Towels is probably the number one thing that I feel a lot of the people that use Laundry Love could use new ones of. So
you see them. You see their towels go through, and you're like, okay, this is getting pretty worn out.
They get thin, like they get thinner with wear. So, and I know a big fluffy new towel is like, nothing like it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's I don't know. Somebody's Amazon order showed up the other day at our doorstep. I don't know who left it, but yeah, so somebody just went on Amazon, ordered it, and, so there were sheets and blankets and a lot of blankets. So
there you go.
If they wanted to do that, where would they send those to?
Thank you, Brian. Right on cue.
I did say it earlier, but I will say it again. 105th Avenue. Yeah, you can just get on Amazon and send it straight to the office if you want.
Mm-hmm. We're talking United Way. These folks are from United Way.
United Way.
Guess I didn't clarify.
105th Avenue. Springfield, Tennessee, 37172.
Whose attention would they put those?
I would put that to Tiffany Thomson without a P. Do not put a P.
Y'all just good. I'm just going to sit over here and play with the buttons, see if I can make things work. I just keep playing with the buttons.
THOMSON. Or you can email me or call me. But my email is tiffany.thompson without a P.
Without a P.
At unitedwaygn.org. Or you can call me at 615-780-2511. Again, that's 615-780-2511.
Well done.
I feel like I should be a radio host now.
There you go. Y'all been at this long enough that y'all could do it. Y'all could do it.
Under my belt. We're good.
I love it. So what else do we have going on, my dear friends? I know you have more.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We are just on the campaign side. We are kind of winding down, but we still have some of my bigger campaigns are kind of wrapping up for the year. We've got one wrapping up, and then we got one more for me that's kicking off next week. They always do theirs the month of December leading up to Christmas. And so just trying to get those year-end things wrapped up. And I also want a reminder, I know a lot of companies like to make corporate donations towards the end of the year for tax purposes, and we love those. And so if you would like to just stroke a check to the United Way, we will gladly accept those. And then we can talk about ways to engage further next year, rather than just, we love donations, but also we want to, engage your employees and get you involved in what we're doing in the community. So if you're interested in that, 615-780-2401, you can give me a call and be glad to talk to you about that. We do have some companies that like to do that, and that money is greatly appreciated because it just goes straight into our community fund, which then goes to fund our partner agencies here that is doing the work here in the community. So if you're interested in that, this is a great time to do it and help you on your taxes a little bit as well.
I love it. There you go.
And I also want to give a shout out real quick to a couple people. One, Coopertown Elementary, where my kids go, they collected 5,000 cans the weeks leading up to Thanksgiving that were then donated to United Ministries, and Cumberland Electric, one of our partners, went out and picked them all up and got them up there. And so just want to give them a shout out for what they were doing. I would like to say we had a part in any of that, but we did not. They just kind of did that on their own because they're good community partners. My brother actually told me about it. They went up there and took some of their trucks and picked all the cans up and brought them up there. So just really cool to see community helping community, schools helping folks in the community, and one of our partners jumping in too to help transport the stuff up there because that's a lot of cans.
Good job.
So good job. They're always doing stuff, and there's a lot of stuff people are doing we have no clue about. That's another one. It's like, you should have told us, we could have helped. It's like they already had it figured out. So yeah, it was good stuff. Thank you guys for doing that. So
very good.
I heard about it from Miss Sherry. She they've got a lot of food. When I started, A year and a half ago with United Way, I went in and toured the United Ministries, and there was hardly any food on the shelf. There just absolutely wasn't hardly any food, and they don't have that problem right now. She's like, okay, I'm going to have to readjust because we got more donations coming in, and so they're doing really well. And so I just want to thank the community for coming in and stepping up, because it hasn't just been one entity, it's been a lot of entities that have kind of come in and helped out. And so we're super grateful for a great community.
And just a reminder, I know everyone likes to volunteer and donate and everything this time of year, which is great. They love that, just in general. But when we talk to our partner agencies, the needs go on throughout the year. And so if you're looking to volunteer, like January, February are great times to jump out and volunteer, because they have trouble getting folks around that time, because everybody wants to do their company stuff in November and December around the holidays. And I get that. That's wonderful. That's appreciated. But there's also other opportunities throughout the year. And then also with the food bank, like Sherry, throughout the year, they have needs. And so it's not just in November and December that they can use. So if you're looking to donate, you don't have to do it just at this time of year. The other times of year is greatly appreciated as well. And because they kind of get flooded a little bit, because I know there's been a lot of food drives and stuff, and that's great.
It's great, and they've needed it. Yeah.
But it gets a little overwhelming sometimes, and then they're sitting there in maybe April, and their shelves are a little bare. So, just kind of maybe think about that as you do stuff in your workplace or within your church or however you do that.
Set your New Year's resolution to be get out and serve the community more. That's one you can stick to, and we can make it happen for you to stick to it, because we'll find a place for you to plug in. Whatever your passion.
Do you do that? Do you help people find places to plug in?
We do.
No.
Really? Yes, we do. We do.
That?
They call me or email me or talk to me, and I say, hey, I know something going on. So yes, that is one of the things that we love to do at United Way, is unite people with volunteer opportunities.
It's in the name.
It's our brand, Unite.
I love it. It's funny.
And speaking of, I know we mentioned this, but we're really excited. We had a merger with Hands on Nashville, which is, for those that don't know, is an organization that focuses on volunteerism in the community. And so primarily they're going to be starting out in the Davidson County area, because that's where their roots are, but we've had multiple meetings with them, and so that it becomes official in January. But they will be branching out into our regional counties outside as we get further into this. And so we're really excited about it, because we're not really set up to be necessarily like a volunteer placement organization. They specialize in that. So this is going to be a really good marriage for us, I think, and it's going to create some really cool opportunities for companies, individuals, churches, whatever you're trying to do to volunteer. I think we're going to have a one-stop shop and be able to plug you into where you need to, because it does, like, Tiffany's great at it, but she's got a million other things she's doing. The Hands on Nashville folks, like, this is what they specialize in. Like, they know how to take it from soup to nuts and make it a great experience for the companies and for everybody. And so we're really excited about this partnership and look forward to working with them starting in January.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And they just, guys, we were talking with Nicole Turnbow earlier, and how she dealt with the way she got through the early days of losing Braxton was pouring herself into others. And that's how she continues to get through. And so if you missed that, go back and listen to her. I was so glad to hear from her, but that's what y'all are talking, the what you get from volunteering, that's what has just kept her head above water, after losing a child. And I can't say enough about it. I want to volunteer more. It's just trying, and we all say, well, I don't have time. Yeah, you do. You do have time. I don't even want to say that out of my mouth. We all have a lot going on. But, I think about you're a CASA, and you do all the things with United Way. I know you've been a big brother for how many years?
14.
You're a sweet little brother.
We're still
not
big,
a little boy anymore.
No, he's a man now. We're still big in it though. So
he's a great guy.
Yeah, he's around here now, and it's cool. So it's been cool that they're around here, and it's just been a chance to spend some extra time with him in this stage of his life. So it's really cool. Yeah. So
cool stuff. Y'all inspire me.
Had Big
I
Brothers,
love y'all.
Big Sisters came to Tiffany's partner meeting last month and did a presentation, and it's just an excellent way. Like, if you want to help young people, and it's not a big time commitment, they have several platforms. Like, I always plug them when I can, but it's just a really good way. Like, if you're saying, man, these kids are crazy out here today, well, go mentor one of them and help them. They need some guidance. So a lot of them don't have great home lives, or their family situation's a little messed up, and they need a strong role model in their life, male and female. It's not just men. They need females as well. My mom was had a little, that's what they got. Yeah. And she still keeps in her little, lives in Florida now and is doing great, but and they still keep in touch and see each other. So it's just a really cool opportunity, and it's not a lot of time. We talk about this a lot. It's not, you think, oh man, I don't have time to do that. It's not, you spend an hour a week on your phone doing stuff. Yeah. And I mean,
we all waste so much time.
Yeah. There's time if you want to make it. So
one of the best things I did, we just don't have any television right now. I mean, if we stream it, what a time saver. Not having the stupid television running all the time. Yeah. And I know it's hard because, you kind of want it for, I know some people that are, homebound but boy, turn that thing off, man. You talk about a time drainer. That's a good point. But it's like, how much time do you waste on your phone? Because, I mean, all of us will go, okay, I need to check an email. And the next thing you know, you're 5-10 minutes in and you're like on some kind of video and you're like, how did that get there? It's because that they know how to pull you in. And That's right. You have to turn off your notifications, use your devices for what were intended for in the beginning, and don't let them use you.
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm preaching about it. I'm the most guilty. Like I'm the first one. I'm telling you from experience.
Me too. I struggle too.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I know how much time I waste with it that I could be utilized other places and
volunteering, having a little, being a CASA.
And it's better.
Going to Laundry Love.
Put that phone up and get out in the community. And there's opportunities. There's a lot of people in this community that use some help, and particularly. It's just near my heart. There's a lot of young people that really need some help in this community, especially now with the opioid crisis and all kinds of stuff that's kind of affected parents, and you got grandparents raising kids and aunts and uncles and stuff. They need you to plug in.
Yeah, I mean, I have students that I that I love on and talk to that you can kind of tell they're being the adult in their family. That's something I mentioned to Nicole, and it's because they're doing a coat drive right now through Braxton Strong. And she's going straight to the schools with it. It's like going to the nurses and saying, who are you seeing that needs some help? And that's what they're doing. That's what she's focusing on right now in Braxton's memory. And so, I mean, they're just, I don't know if we had a real set agenda when y'all sat down other than just kind of talking about this is the season that people kind of start thinking about that. But I love what you said about make it your New Year's resolution to not just do it in this season. We came off of Thanksgiving and we saw all the things going on. Well, people are hungry all the time, not just on Thanksgiving. It's nice for them to have a Thanksgiving meal. Because when I hear somebody, I had a cousin show up at my mom's. We were up there for Thanksgiving. And I was like, what'd you do? He didn't do anything. There's so many people like that are just they're just in a place where their family's not around them. And it's like, well, you can always, you tell people like, well, you can always come here. Well, do they?
They don't.
Do they? No. Do they really know? And you have to remind people, hey, come on.
Right. Yeah.
That kind of thing. And so you're always welcome. We just got to get better at it.
Look out for you people.
We just got to get better at reaching out.
Yeah. Aware. And I was real quick. I heard some of the interview before, and I just want to that is an amazing woman right there, and just the strength that she has in her faith, and that's got to be the toughest thing you could possibly deal with. And I just want to applaud her for trying to use that to do good with her son's memory, and just applaud her for what she's doing. I don't think I would be that strong, and so she's an amazing testament to walking it out with her faith and letting God use her. And so I just want to
showing the rest of us how it's done.
Yeah. So just
the rest of us how it's done. We do just really honor you, Nicole. That was amazing. And I want to have her on more often, but we're talking with, go back and listen to her. She's just so precious. But we're talking with Tiffany Thomson without a P. And Brian Pulley. I'm going to start introducing you. Tiffany Thomson without a P.
I still want to spell it with a P. Sometimes I've been working with her for a year.
And the only reason I bring it up is because you will get my email wrong if you put a P in it.
Yeah, exactly. And so you got to drop that P, because that way you can get her in the email, and make sure you stay up to date with the United Way, the bridge builders to the nonprofits in our community. What else do we need to talk about? I do have one ad to do, but what else we got?
Oh, well, I just, along with some of the other things we have been talking about, just the volunteerism, I met with over at Gateway STEM yesterday. So if you're a nerd, there's a place for you to plug in. He was talking about the volunteers that they have and they need out there at Gateway STEM. And so, so there really is a place for everybody to plug in, no matter what your passion is. And then again, there was something else about laundry. Oh, like you were talking about the corporate gifts. And I was also thinking, if you personally need to be making some tax-free donations before the end of the year, Laundry Love could use some love. And so that's one way. If you can't make it on a Friday morning, I realize a lot of volunteer opportunities are during the workday, and that makes it very difficult if you don't have a place that you work that allows you just to leave, during the day. Some places do, and I applaud employers that that's part of, you can get paid to go do a certain amount of volunteer hours a week. But there's you can always just drop a check off, make it out to Cope. Actually, Cope is our fiscal agent for the Laundry Love program, and put in the memo Laundry Love, or you can go into Cope and make that donation in person. So I just wanted to plug that, because it costs about $1,300 a month for us to wash clothes. And
wow,
a couple months
that
ago,
blows my mind. Ooh.
A couple months ago, we blew through that money, and the only way we were able to, because our connection through Cope was out of town. The only reason we were able to wash everybody's clothing is because I watched the volunteers reach into their own pocketbooks and pull out hundreds of dollars out of their own money to wash somebody else's clothes, a stranger's clothes, somebody they don't know. It was such a touching moment for me to watch these people that not only sacrifice their time every single month, they also sacrifice hundreds of dollars of their own personal money just to be able to make sure that those people all walked away with clean clothes.
Because I remember you saying, you were like, well, we can't do it. We don't have it. And they said, yes, we can. And there you go. And that is that's just a beautiful image to think about.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. And, talking about being the hands and feet of the Savior, that's exactly, it was just one of those moments that it was just like, okay, this is what we're called to do.
This is what it looks like.
Yeah, this is how you walk it out. And so, throw that out there. But I'm trying to think, what else we got going on? I feels like we got a lot going on. Okay, you do your ad.
And I know we've got, I want to mention my father's house too, because Charlene's on here. But let's talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team, because they were in yesterday. And we had just a great conversation with them. Was it yesterday or was it the day before? My days run together. It was the day before. But I had Barry and Rebecca in here, and it was just a chance to talk about where we are in the real estate market and what's going on. Because with interest rates raising, you have less house you can buy. Your interest rate's up, so maybe you were approved for a $300,000 home, and now you're approved for a $250,000 home. And you have to look at that, and you have to consider that. And it has slowed down the housing market a bit. Of course, it was going at such a crazy rate. It needed to kind of get a little bit of a reset. We don't want the rates going up who wants an interest rate going up? But you just have to be able to balance all those things and understand it. We talked a little bit about the availability of living in Kentucky versus Tennessee right across the border, because there may be some more affordable housing, but then you have to take into consideration the income tax, all those things. When you've got a real estate team that can come in and work with you in that regard, because Exit Realty is a team. Barry and Rebecca have been a part of it a long time. I think Rebecca said something like 17 years. Barry has been at it 5 or 6 now, about 4 or 5 full time. But he is the broker now in Springfield, right on the downtown square. You can go and see him. The best way to get in touch with him, of course, there's sellwithbecky.com, buy, robertsoncounty.com. But you can just Google them. Barry Richards, Exit Realty, Garden Gate Team. Rebecca Richards, Exit Realty, Garden Gate Team. You're going to get their web pages, unique social media pages, and it'll tell you all about them. They're independent of each other, but they do work together and help. He does all the videography, photography, all those things that you need to properly market your property that you're selling. And just one of the first in the area to be a senior real estate specialist, we say about Rebecca. It just kind of illustrates how she studies on things. But they're great friends, great sponsors, and we just really want to point you their way. And be sure and tell them that U-Turn sent you. Okay, so what else do we need to talk about, my friends?
Come to the parade this Saturday. Yay! The Robertson County Prevention Coalition is going to have a float. This is my first time ever being the lead on a float. So it's not going to be anything crazy, but it will be fun. So yeah, come on out. That we wanted to get the word out there that the Prevention Coalition's here, and that's exactly what we're focused on. Is a lot of things we've talked about. Mentoring youth is a huge part of what we want to focus on. Making sure that every child has a mentor, whether that's their own parent. That's great. That's awesome. A teacher that's a CASA, a big brother, big sister, whatever. Every child needs a mentor. Every human needs a mentor, right? We all need people that are helping build us up. And so, so we just want to get the word out there that we're here, and we're here to help the community thrive and not live in addiction. So
I love it. And the parade starts at 6 on Sunday, Saturday. Pardon me. Saturday at 6 o'clock, and it's lit up. Y'all got some Christmas lights on it?
hopefully we will have some Christmas lights. We're getting a generator today. So
that's one thing people don't realize. You got to have the generators and all those kinds of things to run those Christmas lights. We're talking 80 floats, guys. It's going to be a beautiful parade. My family, we're coming out. Can't wait. And then Winter Wonderland's opened right after that. We had Terry in yesterday. He came in and talked all about that. And so there's just a lot of fun things going on. Anything else before we part ways?
The great thing about winter, yes, today is the very last day to sign up for Kiwanis for Kids. So if you know somebody who is not going to be able to provide Christmas for their family, today is the very last day. You can go to Open Door Pregnancy Center to register, or you can go to the Family Resource Center at Bransford Elementary School to register your family or somebody you know. Encourage them to go that way. I've been getting a lot of requests. Where do I go? I don't have anything for my family. Today is the last day. So applications are open through today. And so that's one of the things that this parade is going to benefit. So if we have 80 floats, each float has at least a minimum of one toy goes to Kiwanis for Kids. So we got at least 80 toys, but I'm sure we're going to get a lot.
We'll have a lot more.
I know, like Robertson County French Coalition, we got 7 that we're donating. So anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun.
So there you go. Be a part of it all. And I had asked somebody about the parade if people that are coming to the parade can bring toys. Maybe just throw them up on the floats and say, "Hey, can you take them?" So just hand them to the folks on the floats. I think if you want to drop toys off,
throwing, but you could throw toys.
There you go.
At the people in the parade.
It's a new plan.
Hey, just FYI, you can hand candy. You just can't throw candy.
Because it's at night, right?
Yeah, and then kids running out and getting it out of the street. But if you hand it to them, it's not going in the street, and the kids aren't running out there and getting ran over.
And you throw things at people on the float.
I think
throw toys.
That's an ace question. That's an ace question.
Go ahead and speak for ace. You can throw toys. If it's new toys, throw them at people. It's fine.
There you go. That's fine. Anything else, guys?
No. Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas.
Y'all be here next week?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody? Good.
Yeah, we're good.
Awesome. Hopefully everything will be working by then. I still don't know why.
It's all right.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it, guys. I'm trying, y'all. I promise. My friend Paul's like, when you going to fix the sound? I'm like, I'm trying, Paul. I'm trying. But anyway.
I did see the comments yesterday on your thing. What's happened with the sound?
Yeah, but we'll work it out, guys. We'll fix it. So I'll order some new parts. Maybe some of the things are just worn out, So anyway, I'm going to start replacing parts and pieces and see what happens.
A new phone. I think it means you need a new phone.
I think it's actually the little contraption plugged into the phone. I'm going to start with the J-Rig. So, yeah, because
probably cheaper than a whole new phone.
Yeah.
Well, you troubleshoot because I have plugged things in that should work the same way as that. So I'm going to just start going. I'm going to change the line. I'm going to change the rig. I'm just going to take little pieces at a time. So bear with us. We're going to get it fixed. Anyway, thank you for joining us. This is 1100 WSGI. Hope you have a wonderful day. God bless. Again, this is 1100 WSGI.
Sometimes I am rejected and I feel so all alone. Then I try to reach my Father and I know He'll be home. For when life gets hard to handle and I'm fearful and alarmed, I get anxious to find Jesus and He stands with open arms. I got a hold of God this morning. I talk directly to the throne. Oh, I went and broken-hearted, so afraid and so alone. Satan almost overtook me, trying hard to block my way. I just prayed a little harder. I got a hold of God today. I was seeking for the comfort of the precious Holy One. As I waited there in the silence, I knew that He would come. Then I saw the light of heaven. He came right into my room. When I felt His presence touch me, oh, I knew that I prayed through. I got a hold of God this morning. have felt pain. I have had sorrows. I oftentimes complain. There's been a bit of sadness along life's way, but things somehow look better when I speak His name. I speak the name Father. He speaks peace to me. When I call on my Savior, all the dark clouds must flee. Then I speak the name Jesus. His power I claim. His things always look better when I speak His name. In this life we face trials. Oh, you know how it is. I've had my share of heartache. I've shed many tears. My only protection, oh, my only escape is when I look up toward heaven. Oh, and I speak His name. When I speak the name Father, He speaks peace to me. When I call on my Savior, all the dark clouds must flee. Then I speak the name Jesus. His power I claim. His things always look better when I speak His name. Oh, yes, things always